Hi, Team Cme, and welcome to the show today. It's Monday, and it is the author and book of the week. So we're going to get right into this today. I'm so excited because this week it's Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. And I know some of you have gotten the book already, so I'm hoping that you guys have gone and went on ahead and dove right in and read the book. But before we get started today, as always, I'd like to do a little bit of caveat in regards to what this show is about and what are the sort of called house rules that I like to reiterate to everyone, especially for the new people that may be tuning in for the first time. I would like you guys to know that this is a free thinkers platform. And what does that mean? That means that when you're in here, um, we're readers. Most of us are readers, researchers, scientists, artists, those type people. So we free think, okay? And we allow others to do the same. We don't get into debates about stupid things like most people do because they really just go off of beliefs rather than, research any type of truth about anything. So that being said, this is a safe zone for all free thinkers. So if this content does not resonate with you, it's okay. It doesn't resonate with you, so the message is not for you. Okay. I also would like to let you guys know that, knowledge is power. Okay. And I think in today's environment and climate, there's not enough reading going on with either the children or the adults. And so there's this disconnect and this divide in the country about, this or that. Okay. So that being said, I want to start to read a little bit more to you guys, but like I told you, in this particular environment, I'm here in my home. It's just impossible. I'm looking into getting a another camera and sort of streaming platform that I can use here at the house. Okay, but in the meantime, we just have to make do what we got, and it's gonna have to do what it do. All right, but I'm gonna put my glasses on because I can't see. You know how that goes. Um, on to what's next. Okay. Um, I want you guys to know that this show is also basically, like I told you, about reading books, okay, and publishing, which is the thrust of it all. And Noble Drew Ali told us to do that. He said, the most important thing in the hands of a people is their ability to control their own press and media. And that's what we're doing here at CME Show and More TV. However, we think and talk about non-traditional ways to make money at home. We talk about investing. We talk about building businesses. We talk about collaborating with other people, securing those collaborations. I've been talking to some of you about some of that. We talk about investing in other people's businesses. We talk about building empires and leaving legacies. Okay, we talk about relationships sometimes. I get a lot of questions about various things about relationships and scenarios regarding those relationships. And yeah, I did write a book last year about it. I haven't put it out yet, but I just wrote a lot of information down because I was actually getting information from the male perspective, because I hear a lot of the female perspective. But I wrote a lot of you guys, and the guys were, it was just amazing. The guys were so passionate about what they thought about relationships, and I never imagined in my entire life that guys felt pretty much the way we do. We think they're unemotional types, but they're not. I mean, some of the answers I got was just, it made me cry sometimes. It was just so heartfelt and so well written out. So hopefully I'll be able to get that book out this year. I got so many irons in the fire until it's just unbelievable. Okay. But all I have to say to that is, people, you don't find your worth in a man or a woman. Okay. You find it in yourself. And then you attract those who are worthy of your energy, period. People always wanting to date, kiss, and smash other people. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you giving your energy to a temporary thing? I don't get that. But that's the way people live these days. They think that's normal. I hear it all the time and I don't understand that. Well, maybe because I'm old school and I just don't, I've never been that person to share my energy with people like that on an intimate level like that. I just don't. You get so many different soul ties inside you until you cannot think my energy has got to be high at all times. And when that's not, then I cut ties. Okay. I am manifesting a king in my life and nothing, anything less than that, then I'm not interested. And I will never be interested. Okay. You got to be mindful who y'all engage your sacred energies with. It's very important, especially when you're planning to manifest anything on this level, okay, in this dimension. You have to be very, very mindful of that. When sacred energy is exchanged, okay, how can I put this? When sacred energy is exchanged and it's right, okay, it heals. But when it's wrong, it binds and kills. And I know that sort of rhymes, but that is the truth of the matter. Okay. So, in this book, Stillness is the Key, Ryan Holiday goes into that in, I think on page 112. And I think the name of that chapter is, what is it? Beware Desire. Let me go double check that for you. But I think that's the name of it. Yeah. Beware Desire. Okay. It's very deep, and I might be reading that in a moment for you. But I also want you guys to know that we talk hope, knowledge, and solutions to problems. Okay. And because we are free thinkers, what we research changes who we become. Okay. Therefore, that's why I call this environment a free thinkers platform. Okay. All right. Like I said, here on, Cme News-Moor Tv, we think non-traditional and out the box in order to help humanity. Okay. So before I go into this any deeper, I want to go ahead and read an excerpt, the jacket of the book, because like I said, I don't have time to read the entire book to you guys, but I want you to get enough information so that you're interested enough to go and purchase the book. All right. And read. I want you guys to read. I'm telling you, if you guys just start really, really getting into reading, it will change your life and you will just absolutely love it. And I told you that all millionaires and billionaires, they read 52 books a year, period. Okay. But here's the thing with Stillness is the Key. Unlock the potential and the peace that is within you. All great leaders, thinkers, artists, athletes, and visionaries share one indelible quality: the capacity for stillness. Sometimes cynically confused for idleness and ambivalence, stillness is actually the doorway to self-mastery, discipline, and focus. It's impossible to charge ahead in life without it. Stillness enables high achievers to conquer their tempers, to avoid distraction and discover great insights, to achieve happiness, and to do the right thing. Holiday draws on a wide range of history's greatest thinkers, from Confucius to Seneca, Marcus Aurelius to Christian monks, to show us what stillness is and how it might be achieved. He also examines many of the figures who exemplified his true power. Baseball player Sadaharu O, whose study of Zen made him the greatest home run hitter of all times. Now, I might have spoke his name, but it's his last name is spelled like O, it's O-H, so that's why I called it O, okay? Winston Churchill, who in balancing his busy public life with time spent laying bricks and painting at his Chartwell estate, managed to save the world from annihilation. Fred Rogers, who taught generations of children to see what was invisible to the eye. Anne Frank, whose journaling and a love of nature guided her through unimaginable adversity. None of us are immune from crises. We're in one right now. All of us are overwhelmed by work and information. So true. We can all use a little help. Perfectly timed and in the signature style that has inspired millions of readers around the world to embrace philosophy as a practical toolkit for better living, Ryan Holiday's newest book will equip you with everything you need to find stillness in your own life. And those of you who meditate know that stillness is very important. I don't know about you guys, but I give it at least 5 to 15 minutes every morning. My spiritual daughter, Mo, I call her Mo, and sometimes I call her Bird, but she's up in the morning, bright and early on the her patio, doing still meditations with the crystals and the sage burning and the music. And I just, sometimes I go outside and I just sit in the grass with her, not physically with her, but as she's sitting in on her patio or in the grass, then I'm doing that with her. And it's just a very good way to start your morning. 5 to 10 minutes of stillness to go within. And that's where you find heaven, within. Okay? So now, what I want to do is I want to read to you guys one chapter that's very small. I think it's on page 80. Let me double check that for you. Yeah. I think it's on to what's next. Yeah, it is. On page 80, it's called On to What's Next. It sort of resonates with what the opening I did in regards to, people having, different thought patterns and ideologies as such. It says, if the mind is disciplined, the heart turns quickly from fear to love. And that quote is by John Cage. The stakes of what each of us is trying to do are too high to allow ourselves to be riven by the character of the news, the chatter of the news or the noise of the crowd. The insights we seek are often buried and rarely obvious. To them, we need to be able to look deeply, to perceive what others are unable to. So we ignore the noise. We zero in on what's essential. We sit with presence. We sit with our journals. We empty our minds. We try, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, to shrug it all off and wipe it clean, every annoyance and distraction, and reach utter stillness. To build a kind of mental vault or stronghold that no distraction or false impression can breach. For brief moments, we are able to get there. And when we're there, we find ourselves capable of things we didn't even know were possible. Superior performance, awesome clarity, profound happiness. That's what meditation is all about. Yet that stillness is often feeling fleeting. Why? Because it is undermined by disturbances elsewhere, not just the expected turbulence of the surrounding world, but also inside of us, in our spirit, in our physical bodies. The mind tends towards stillness, Lao Tao said. Lao Tao is a Chinese name of the guy, and his first name is Lao, L-A-O. Tao is pronounced Tao, is T-Z-U. Said, but is opposed by craving. We are like the audience at Marina Abramovic's performance, present for a moment, moved to stillness for a moment, then back out into the city, back to the old routines, and pulled by endless desires and bad habits. As if that experience never even happened. A flash of stillness is not what we're after. We want consistent focus and wisdom that can be called upon in even the most trying situations. Getting there will require more work. It's going to require some holistic self-examination, treating the disease and not just the symptoms. The premise of this book is that our three domains, the mind, the heart, the body, must be in harmony. The truth is that for most people, not only are these domains out of sync, but they are at war with each other. We will never have peace until the civil war Dr. King described is settled. History teaches us that peace is what provides opportunity to build. It is the post-war boom that turns nations into superpowers and ordinary people into powerhouses. And so we must go onward to fight the next battle, to pacify the domain of the spirit and purify our hearts, our emotions, our drives, our passions. That was the end of that chapter. And then on part 2, we go into mind, spirit, body. In this particular chapter, I think on page 112 is what I want you guys to focus on. It's called Beware Desire, and it's too long for me to read all of it, but I will read you the quote and then I'll tell you what it's about. Every man has a passion gnawing away at the bottom of his heart, just as every fruit has its worm. This story here is, the quote was by Alexander Dumas, but it's about John F. Kennedy, the president, okay, and his demons that he had to overcome, okay? And I'm not going to read all of it to you, but what I will read to you is just a paragraph of what it entailed, okay? It sounds like a man who is spiritually broken, at the whims of his worst impulses, unable to think clearly or prioritize. But before we condemn Kennedy as a despicable addict or abuser, we should look at our own failings. Do we not fall prey to various desires in our own personal lives? Do we not know better and do it anyway? Lust is a destroyer of peace in our lives. Lust for a beautiful person. Lust for an orgasm. Lust for someone other than the one we've committed to be with. Lust for power. Lust for dominance. Lust for other people's stuff. Lust for the fanciest, best, most expensive things that money can buy. And is this not at odds with the self-mastery we say we want? A person enslaved by their urges is not free, whether they are a plumber or the president. How many great men and women end up losing everything, end up in some cases literally behind bars, because they freely chose to indulge their endless appetites, whatever they happen to be. And at least power and sex and attention are pleasurable. The most common form of lust is envy. The lust for what other people have, for the sole reason that they have it. Joseph Epstein's brilliant line is, of the 7 deadly sins, only envy is no fun at all. So, again, this goes into the part where we as human beings cannot control our demons within us. Okay? So, again, you guys, this book is really deep. I love it. I read this book in one night as well. I stayed up till 3 or 4 in the morning, which I'm already up anyway. And I read it. And I know most of you, at least some of you, have gotten the book. So, go ahead and finish reading it, buy it. Because, again, I can't do it all on this particular platform here at the house. Next week, the book we're going to go into, hopefully you guys have it, is The Alchemist. Read this book in one night, too. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm just a reader. Okay? But this book here, I love it. I read it many, many years ago. And I have 3 different versions of this book. I mean, not versions, but, different covers. This is a collector's version. But I have all 3 versions. This guy takes you on a adventure with him. I mean, it's so amazing. And it just teaches you basically how to follow your dreams. No matter what they are or how hard you think they might be, you must follow your dreams in life. So this is next Monday, The Alchemist, okay, by Paulo Coelho. Okay, and after that, we're going to talk about character again, the road to character, because character in your life will save you or kill you, one of the two. If you don't have character straight, you'll never make it. Okay, so character will be that following week, okay? So again, guys, I just want to go ahead and close this out because I'm getting into the time limit here. And, what can I say here? I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you so very much. I appreciate all of your support. You guys rock. You really do. We're getting into a lot of, what can I say, business adventures. One being the CME newsletter. So I'm hoping you guys go to moortv.com and subscribe to that. The newspaper is $12 plus tax for the year. And, and just support it. I mean, $12.66. I'm asking you to support it, okay? And again, we're asking for writers. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little segment on just the people that I have that have volunteered to write for the paper for the next year. And more information is going to be coming out on that. Some perks, some awesome perks attached to that. And we're just moving forward. We're going as dedicated and as, not as fast, but we're building, okay? We're building slowly, but building correctly, okay? So that's what I wanted to say. And I just want to thank those who reach out to me. And we have some new authors that have sent me books. I have them here. Of course, I have to go through the ones that already planned to go through, but I'm already read all the ones that are coming up next. And oh my gosh, you guys are going to be so excited. And I'm just here to say that next time around, I have more of the Moorish books coming out. I've gotten, oh my gosh, like about five books. Oh my gosh. No, 6. I actually have 6. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Yeah, so I have 6 Moorish books, new books coming out that the authors have sent. And in order for you to do that, you can inbox me so I can give you the rules for that. Because, like I said, I'm not just going to be reviewing people's books out of the ordinary. I'm only doing it now because I was sitting at home for 2 months, and then I have these books. These are my personal books, and these are my personal friends that wrote these books, so I did those first. But then I also got contacted by other Moorish authors wanting me to go ahead and review their books. So I gave them the criteria for that. If you want it, inbox me if you have a book, and then we can go from there. Because again, I support, you support. We have to support each other. It's not about just, okay, I'm gonna read your book and I'm gonna support it. No, I support the people that support me, okay? And it's nothing wrong with that. That's why the book club is private. It's Noble 7 Book Club on Facebook. I ask you 3 joining questions, and you answer those. And if you do, then you can join the club, because just like Vegas, what goes on in the book club stays in the book club. But it is a book club. It's not a page where you can just post anything you want. No, this is strictly about books, nothing else, okay? Not how you feel today or anything like that, but strictly about books and authors and artists, okay? So I just wanted to, reiterate that. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and then, leaving you guys today, as always, read more, learn more, and absolutely love more. And I bought my little friend with me my Oregon heart crystal today. Mwah, to say love you. It sits right here as well. So I will see you guys next, probably before Monday, because I want to come on and give a shout out to my new writers that have joined the CME News paper for the next year. And I shall be talking about other projects that I'm working on with one of my best girlfriends, Renee Duguay-Struther, who is the director of a nonprofit who's, taking care of, water in Africa, our global mandate. So we got a lot of things coming down the pike. I can't even think of everything. There's so much stuff going on, but it's all good stuff. So, hey, you guys need to get involved. That's what it's all about, and then once we build up our stronghold of people who like-minded people, free thinkers, it's going to be a beautiful world. And, not to sound all corny and stuff, but, we know who we are, okay? And we know what mission we're on. And I just wanted to say that for today. So I'm going to go ahead and close out today. And, peace and love, everybody. And I shall see you next. Okay? All right, then. Peace and love. Bye.